Alright, we're back for another Cryptolith token match. Let's see what we can get this time. And yes, we would like to play first. One land, we'll have to mulligan there. Oh, do we want to mulligan? We can cast two. No, I hate to do this, but I'm going to keep it. We've got enough 1 and 2 drops in this hand that hopefully we can survive pulling another land and getting to enough. So I'm going to pick up a plains, and then I'm going to pass the turn. I probably should have mulliganed, but we didn't. So we'll just hope that it turns out well for us. Let's see what our opponent has. All right, green. So instead of, I would want to do my servo exhibition here, but because they're green, I'm going to go ahead and drop authority of the consuls, and start hoping that if they drop creatures into the field, which I expect they will, then that'll start gaining me some life and buying me some time to hopefully pull these other lands. All right, black. Moldgraph Scavenger. Okay, Delirium. All right. Let's get this life. All right, there's our other planes. So we'll drop another authority of the consuls and play a servo exhibition. Next turn, we will have our master trinketeer, and we'll have 2/2 servos that can head that way. All right, so Delirium, and he becomes a 3/4. Wildfield Scarecrow. All right, a defender. This will be an interesting deck. I have to see what he is going for here. All right. Well, let's put our trinketeer down. And we'll send our servos over, see if we can get a little bit of damage in. Okay, so that's a ramp piece. Okay, so we're playing with her as well. So, all right, we can see he's on the wide board plan also, just like we are. So we'll have to see what we can do to try to make this work for us. So, and I really need to get another land. So let's drop another servo. So he won't. I think we've got really low risk of him trying to sweep. And we'll just attack in with everything we got and see if we can get some damage on the board before we start getting bunches of tokens made up out of the play everywhere. So he got a forest in the swamp. Takes a little bit of damage. And he can now make well, he can make a servo, but he could have made a 3/3 construct. So, but he dropped his timepiece instead. So he's looking to get to Delirium, I'm guessing. All right, well, we pulled collective effort, and that's good for us. It's not really where I want it to be, but we'll wait till he builds a bigger creature. I'm wishing I'd have mulligan now for the land, but let's just go ahead and do what we need to do. We need to start putting some pressure on So we're going to attack with everything. Fortunately, when he goes to create a servo, the council is going to make it come in tapped, or if he goes to make a construct, so he won't be able to create it and block the same turn, so that's good. Each one of those creatures he makes is going to gain us 2 life, so that gives us a little bit of an advantage here. There's this creature, the servo coming in into turn. Cryptolith Right would be great for us too, because then we can cast whatever we need just by tapping our 5 creatures on the board. And since I am a wide strategy, I probably need to have some Westvale Abbeys in here, but I don't. We'll need to include those in an update. Obsessive Skinner. Okay, so he wants to put counters on his creatures. I think the Skinner is a really neat card. I've looked at ways to try to build around it, but I haven't been able to find one that works yet. But I am looking at trying to build a +1/+1 counter deck that's not based around humans, and that's kind of based around some of the Kaladesh creatures and such, but I haven't been able to get there yet. So still no land, so we're 14 cards in, and still only 3 lands, and one of which we had to go fetch. So, well, fortunately our board state is pretty good. So now we've got 3/3 servos, so we're going to send 12 damage over that way, I think. And well, we'll just send everything and see what we can do. He doesn't have Delirium yet. He can't make a creature to block, so I think we're going to put him in a pretty bad way here. Okay. So he's going to take 6 and kill the Trinketeer, but that's going to hurt his board pretty good also. Making another... See, just those consoles have already taken me up to 31 in life. It got him to 2. So, I mean, they're just so good, and then those creatures couldn't block. He could have made a servo to block, except for the authority of the console, and saved his Ovia. But he could not do that. So, still trying to get to Delirium, and he's 1 short. Got 6 lands, though, so let's see what he can do. Any substantial creature I've got an answer for with collective effort. And if we get a forest, we can drop Nissa, plus up all of our creatures, and there we go. Alright, so now we'll go in. I'm just going to run this one back, I think. He's looking to go wide. I'm looking to go wide. I might want to keep Ovia there for all of the tokens he might make, but we'll just see. I mean, put Declaration in Stone in for that. But I don't have much of a sideboard. I need to actually spend some time thinking about my sideboard. So now I've got one land. I'm not going to be able to keep it here. I just don't have... if it was a forest, I would keep it because I could have Cryptolith Right and I would be fine. But I'm going to have to mulligan this time. I hate to do that. Oh, because of this. So a 1 land to a no land mulligan. Isn't this? Don't we love this? So I'll have to keep this one. But oh, from terrible shuffler. It's unbelievable. If you do the math, these kind of things, hands like that ought to happen very infrequently. But they seem to happen a lot, so it's just weird. At least we've got destruction if we can, if we need to. We'll drop Cryptolith Right and go, and he put an explosive apparatus there, 3, and sack it to do 2 damage to a creature. or player. So he can pop one of my guys if he needs to. Here's a Scarecrow. He'll get some land in a few turns, I'm betting. So I'm going to hold off on casting anything that my Trinketeer right now, because I don't want him just to blow him up with the apparatus. Stallion of Ashmuth. Okay, so he can pump him if he has Delirium. Wow, still having land problems. So we will just pass since we're not in any danger at the moment. Timepiece, so he's going to start fishing for Delirium now, I suppose. Here comes 3 damage on Hoof. I'll take it. Alright, well, let's go ahead and drop Nissa and plus her up. See if we can get him to get rid of his explosive apparatus, and then I can put my Trinketeer in to play, and then we can start pumping out some servos. So Nissa is my bait. Will he pop her with the apparatus? No, just fishing for Delirium. Okay. Oh, hitting the... Is he going to be able to take her out? Is he wanting to take her out? Yes. Okay, well, she bought me a card and a turn. Thank you, Nissa, for doing that. Alright, tap an untapped creature you control to add mana. Okay. Well, as much as I don't want to have to... Let's see, let's go get another Plains. I'll play that. See if I can kill off, if he'll pump up his Stallion and attack, and I can kill it with the collective effort. Then I can well, he's not pumping it. He wants to use his mana somewhere else. Okay, so now, well, I'm going to have to keep my servos, or I have to keep my fabricate on my angel now for fear of the explosives. But next turn I can drop a second and should be able to get 5 life back. And I won't be able to block 6, 9, 10, 12, 13. Okay, will he now kill my angel off? Well, yes he will. Now, he may have us this time, this turn. So Soul Swallower's getting bigger each turn. We can kill it next turn, but I don't think it's going to matter. I need a sweeper that I don't have in the deck, so we will just concede and go on to the next round. Mulliganing down to 4 really hurt us, so let's see if we can not do that this time. And yes, I'll play first. Yes, I'll keep those. He's mulligan down to 6. And he's caping that, so hopefully we'll have a pretty good shot this time. Plains and then passed. He gets a forest. I'm going to drop a forest and pass. And we have another forest. With the timepiece. Okay. Okay, Trinketeer, which I meant to click a forest and not that plains. So I wanted to put Nissa out, but I did not click the right one. So that'll at least give him a target. Though I'd rather have had Servo Exhibition. Okay, now we'll put out Nissa. And we'll drop a plant. And we'll pass the turn. Next turn I can traverse. If I would like to, or if he gets out a big enough creature, I can kill it and then put a +1 counter on all of my board. There we go. So we've got Delirium, so he's about to have a big enough creature that I'm going to need to do that. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, so we need another plant token. We need to traverse to get a land for next turn. Let's go ahead and get another forest. And he doesn't have anybody this time that is big enough for me to use the collected effort, but he's about to. So I'm going to have to chump with at least one plant. We'll do that, and we can either drop the Hydra if we need to. We may do that next turn. So he's got a 6/6 Soul Swallower. He's going to get nasty fast, so we're just going to have to kill that one. I was about to say it at least doesn't have trample, but it does have trample, so that's pretty terrible, actually. Giving it all to the same guy there. Yeah, well, I guess, Nissa, you're going to be probably going away. Good news is he's stacking all of his counters on one guy. Oh, no, he didn't do it on all. Oh, one. Okay, that at least makes better sense. All right, well, they're both going at Nissa, and I can't save her. So, Nissa, thank you for the plants. We will try to use them well. Okay, so now we're getting into, could be a little bit of a trouble here. Okay. Well, we finally got Cryptolith right, which is good for us to get. So what I'm going to do is play Cryptolith right. And 3, 6. We're going to run into some problems, but I've got to get rid of this. There's a bunch of stuff I need to get rid of. So we're going to destroy a creature with 4 or greater and put +1/+1 counters on our guys. So we're going to target and destroy that guy and choose ourself for that. And then I've got to tap an untapped creature. So we'll tap that one and we'll destroy that. And I'm afraid he's going to win the counter race on us if I can't get out something to go a little wider pretty quick. Alright, he's weighing down our Trinketeer. So it's fortunate that we have the counter on him. Alright, we're going to double block one of these Skinners to keep him from getting more out of control with these +1 counters. Alright, our Hydra ought to buy us a little bit of time. It's going to be a 7/7 by the time it comes into play. So that's a good thing. And then we can start dropping. After that, we ought to be able to start dropping some mana into servos, which then is just going to give us a mana sink with Cryptolith Right and give us ramp. Alright, he has no cards in hand, so he's going to get a bunch of stuff out of his... So, alright, our Hydra is going to be an 8/8. Let us go get another land. Put it into play. So, we can block for a turn. We'll be good there. Or 2, and then we'll cast the It of the Horrid Swarm, which will put more power on the board. Now he's got his mana sink, but I'm going to be able to, I think, just put out so much more than him the way things are right now. So we'll see how that turns out. Alright, okay, and then we've got our Decimator of Provinces. So now we've got our Trample Overrun idea. So we're going to get 3 bodies with It of the Horrid Swarm, so we will do that. We don't have to emerge it, and then we will go for servos next time. If we calculate that we can't get through and win. 2, 6. All right. Tap and emerge him. There's 3, so that takes it to 6. Okay. So we'll have to see how much damage we can run through. Because we'll have 7/7 plus this will be a 10/10. Yeah, we might be able to get the next turn. We'll have to do the math. But certainly, if we're good this turn. All right, so that makes our Hydra even bigger. Now we've got 9, which will be 11 trample, and so he would block him with that, which would be 4 damage going through. We've got 7. That'll be 5 going through. That'll be 1 going through for here. And that'd be 2. Yeah, I think we can get it. I think we can get it. We're just going to cast. Can I hard cast him? 9. You know what? I think I can. I think I'll do a little better. To tap 1 insect, and then the rest, and just hard cast Decimator of the Provinces, because my Master Trinketeer now is a 4/3, which is better than having a 3/3. And now we Alpha Strike in. See if we can't win the game. So we've got 4, 11, that's 15, plus 6 is 21, plus 7 is 28, plus 3 plus 3 plus 6, 28 plus 6 is 34. He's got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So he can do 14. He can block 14 worth, which ought to be right at 20 damage coming through. I wonder if he doesn't realize the trample aspect. All right, there we go. All right, well, thanks for joining. Like, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff.